today's video topic, which is types of mapping. So basically, in our last video, we already covered that all what exactly the mapping in context of Spring and in context of SQL also. So basically, mapping is just a you it's just a process of a relationship between two tables. That means how one table is related with another tables. So this we consider as in a mapping. So basically, when we are talking about the mapping, there are some some types to implement in that. So in the context of Spring, there are some several types of mapping. In that, we can say that entity relationship mapping. In that, there are some types also present. So many to one to many to many, and one to many. So we will discuss some types about that, and with the help of example. So when we are talking about the many to one, so in that our entities, our two or more entities will connect with the single entities. So in that we can say that two or three students are working on the same projects. So it's the common example of that understanding between the many to one. And when we are talking about the one to one mapping, so in that scenario we can say that example, which is a citizen and its passport. So we can say that as an Indian citizen, we have also the only one Indian passport. So in that we can say that it is a one-to-one mapping. In that, when we are creating any project with related that, so we have to perform that one-to-one mapping in that. And there are some several types also the present in that Spring. For we can say that ORM, that means relational mapping. In that we are using that Hibernate. It is just a ORM tools to implement that, converted our Java object into the SQL tables. So in our Spring, we are already discussed that whatever the class we are creating in that Spring, it just we can say that it is a table in the form of SQL. So for that mapping, we have to use some annotations in Spring, many to one to many. These are some annotations. With the help of that annotations, we are considered as our Java object is mapped to the our SQL tables, or we can say the columns of that particular table. And we can say that there are also types, which is we can say schema mapping or network mapping. These are some basic types of mapping in that. So but basically important that entity relationship mapping. In that there are some that I already told you, many to one to many, many to many, and one to one. So these are most common mapping methods that we should implement in our projects to map our data into the SQL tables. So that's all about the mapping and their types. Thank you.